interesting.
Sorry.
Welcome back to Drinking with Craig and Roger. I'm Craig.
I'm Roger.
And I'm Brett.
We are here at Roger's house for Christmas with my brother Brett, and the only video he would do with us was a Prosecco tasting. He is a big Italian sparkling wine hound, and so we have gathered here today to do a 5-bottle blind Prosecco tasting to really see what the region has to offer and which ones may be our favorites.
For those of you who are not familiar, Prosecco is a sparkling Italian wine made in the northeast corner of Italy. It's named for a village called Prosecco, which is now incorporated into Trieste. Prosecco is made using the tank method, where it is fermented once in a big tank and then goes through secondary fermentation in a big tank, adding carbonation to it. Then it's bottled. This is unlike champagne, which is made using a two-step method where it's fermented in a big tank and then goes through secondary fermentation in the bottle, where they have to move it every day for months, and then they freeze it to get the lees out of the bottom.
Yeah, they shoot the big old plug of yeast, dead yeast cells fly out of the bottle.
And of course, that means champagne is very labor intensive, and so it costs more just because of the labor involved.
Yeah.
Prosecco generally is less expensive than champagne because it's much more labor efficient. Also, like champagne, Prosecco can only come from that region of Italy,
Right.
just like champagne can only come from Champagne.
France. And not having those dead yeast cells in there like the traditional method will also allow these to be probably a little more vibrant and fruit forward typically.
Yes.
Which is what people want when they get a Prosecco. And that makes sense because Prosecco, for many people, one of its biggest uses is making mimosas at brunch, where you mix it with orange juice, right?
love
Are you a
those.
fan?
Oh.
Yeah, or any sort of celebratory occasion.
Yeah, no doubt. So, anyway, what is it about Prosecco that you like so much?
Oh, it's the bubbles, it's the class, it's the bitterness, it's the little bit of a sneeze it gives me when I smell it. You know, it's all of those combined together, and I just like holding that croup glass, and then also, I prefer those because my nose is quite long, so if I use the long one, I have to do
That's
like
true.
this. and
It's hard to get it in there.
Looks like I'm chugging it down.
Okay, yeah, true.
Which, I mean, I am, but yeah, so.
Roger, you have picked up 5 of these Proseccos for us to try, and what is in the lineup here today?
We have Josh, which
Yeah.
is available almost everywhere.
Yep.
And we have
La Marca.
Marca, which is also available almost everywhere.
This is a really popular one
Yeah,
for sure.
It's good for a lot of things.
And we have Rufino, which
Yep.
is everywhere.
Pretty much everywhere.
It's like La Marca's more dangerous cousin.
And then we have this bottle that I found at Aldi. It's a nice word, Valdobbiadene.
Nice.
It should be available almost everywhere. And then this is one that I'd never heard of, but I got at Walmart, so you should
Walmart.
be able to find it anywhere. It's Winemakers, which is a very interesting name.
That sounds so crappy.
Yeah, well, anyway, this was the least expensive. It was,
You don't say.
it was under $10. It was under $10, and the rest are all somewhere around $15.
So that one from Walmart would definitely be one I would have some bias against if we tried it with knowing what it was. So what we're going to do, we're going to take these bottles away, and Alan is going to pour them out for us where we don't know which is which, and then we'll see what we think. All right?
All right.
Yes.
Pour them out. Pour them
Not
out.
down the drain. Not down the drain.
I mean, down my throat.
All right, so because so many people don't know how to properly open a bottle of sparkling wine, once you get the little outer wrapper off, foil off, like we've done, the safest way to do it, absolutely, just keep a thumb on the top of this cage, and then you unwind the little thing there. couple turns. I just kind of loosen it up a little bit. Then I just switch. Always keep a hand on the top. It's under a lot of pressure.
Don't point it at me.
It's under a lot of. Don't worry, that's perfectly safe. So you keep your hand around the top. Now you twist the bottom of the bottle, not the cork. You just twist like this. You can control it, and then you can go as quiet or as loud as you want. I'll go as quiet as I can. Not bad, not bad. Totally safe.
What I usually do is after I remove the cage, I put my hand on the cork and I just turn the cork, if I can. And
Great
I just
job.
hold on to the cork.
Woo!
Okay, that works too. And they have been poured. And immediately we started looking at these bubbles here. Look at this. We have a wide variation in bubble size and bubble speed.
And bubble alignment.
From what I understand, the finer the bubbles, the better the quality typically. At least with champagne and things like that. This one here in the middle has big old fat bubbles that are just lingering on the outside of the glass.
You mean
right?
number 4?
Number 3.
And number 1 for me have big ones too. But not for
Number
you.
1, they're more fine for me. It's a lot of carbonation. Oh,
I noticed no difference in the color. Do you?
Yeah, color all
They
looks
all look
very
pretty much the
close,
same.
Very close.
Very close.
And before we get into them, if you like what we're doing, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. It's the easiest way to help support us and encourage us to make more. And if there's ever anything you would like to see us do or any comments you have to leave, please let us know down below. And without a further ado, let's get into it, boys.
Ding that bell.
Number 1 here.
Number 1.
Oh, this one,
It's got a fruity smell. I can't identify it.
for me, it was a little musty smelling.
Maybe.
You have to listen after you snort on it.
Okay. Now that you fogged up your glass, what do you, what do you think?
I like it. It's significantly bitter.
Yeah, this one is not it's not very sweet.
I'm a bitter boy. I love the bitter brutes.
It tastes a little watery to me. A little cold and watery. Not,
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see
warm,
that.
With the carbonation.
Oh, it's getting like the more I drink, the more bitter it is.
Yeah.
On the aftertaste, the afterburn. Mm-hmm. The second or third flavor, whatever you guys say.
All right.
I don't know.
Yeah, this one's definitely dry, not super fruit forward. And I don't love the flavor yet. So
No.
you want to move on to number 2 here?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Number 2.
Clean nose, more apple fruit, pear fruit forward here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. This
These the bubbles are much more muted here.
Okay.
They're like a mellow pop.
Yeah. This is pretty mellow carbonation.
Much sweeter.
Yeah. It's probably dry. The other one was probably
Take
this.
fruit.
This tastes more like winey water,
Okay, not bad. It's
like a white wine almost.
You would say it's sweeter. It doesn't taste distinctly sweet to me, which is nice. It's just not as brute as the last one. you
Yeah,
know?
it's way less bitter.
But it's a kind of a simple taste to me.
Yeah.
This one.
But it is kind of fresh,
It is fresh. It's a fresh, lively one, but and more simple, clean. I would say. I would
don't
describe
like
it
it
as
as
nice and
much.
clean
I'm gonna
tasting.
put it there.
Okay.
Number 3. A lot more fruit on this one.
Wow. Yeah.
These are much funner bubbles. They're like,
But they're the biggest chunky bubbles. They're chunky boys.
oh, this one's even fruitier.
Like a peach type of fruit, maybe.
Some filler fruit, I don't know, like cantaloupe or watermelon.
Don't forget grape.
Also has that sort of that yeasty bitterness type of note that's in there.
Definitely, I rank it up there with number 2.
I can't
Yeah,
separate them
in
yet.
terms of me not liking them, yeah.
So here we go. Number 4. Now that's an interesting nose.
This smells like urine.
I was gonna say a little bit of cheese
It smells like
Cheese?
urine. Ugh.
and grape, like raisin.
Yeah, muted popping again.
Yeah, this has the least carbonation of the 5 for me.
Now this is watery. It has
Oh,
like
yeah.
no flavor.
Yeah, there's nothing happening here.
This is probably the Walmart one.
It could be.
You mean the winemaker?
Winemaker. There doesn't seem to be much going on here. Yeah, that's the second sip. Not good.
This is not. This is just water.
Yeah,
honestly.
that is not good. Ugh,
Yeah,
I do not like the finish.
It doesn't have a finish. It's just like
It's there.
It's sort of a
water.
little dry.
It's an
It's water.
unpleasant,
Yeah.
It's so water.
unpleasant flavor just lingering in my mouth. I don't love it.
Yeah, I don't either.
This is the first distinctly different one for me. I'm putting it back.
Yeah, I even like it even less than 1.
Yeah.
Well, if
I
Well,
gotta
I
get-
liked one more than the
I gotta get
others,
that
but
flavor out of my mouth.
I like that bitterness.
Okay, number 5.
Number 5.
All right. This one smells like cheese.
Brighter.
More muted bubbles. Okay.
It's better. It's definitely better than 4.
It's fruitier than 4.
Yeah, definitely fruitier and cleaner. And there's more flavor.
It's slightly less sweet and a little more watery tasting to me than 2 and 3.
Yeah, it does have a watery component. compared
But
to-
it's more bitter than 3.
I kind of feel like the flavors in here are a little artificial tasting to me. You know, they come across that way.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put it a little bit further back, but not
I like
nearly as
it.
far back as number 4.
I'm a huge fan of the bitter. I don't really need to have all the fruit
Yeah,
and the full
okay.
flavor as long as it's bitter.
Well, then why are you drinking Prosecco all the time? You need to be drinking Cava and, Cremant.
Listen, I just go to the store, I look in there, I look at the price, and I say, okay.
Yeah.
Prosecco. Yeah.
Okay. Prosecco is a fruit person. You know, it's a more fruit forward normally. But I have had some brute Proseccos, yeah, that I thought were quite good. So, anyway. Okay, number 1, smelling great after these last 2.
Increases in standing in comparison to the ones that have followed it.
Yes, absolutely. I didn't mind it the first time, but I like it significantly better this time.
I can't decide.
Well, you gotta go back through one more time.
Oh,
Get a second impression.
I'm not drinking 2, 3, or 4 again.
Okay.
Why not 2 or 3?
I already tested them against 5, so. I'm certainly not drinking.
I'm
4.
hitting 2 again here, real quick.
Well, 2 is sort of brashier. It's fruity. It's really forward.
I
on it.
like this. Yeah,
And it's got a lot of interest there. Yeah.
it does. I think so far 2 is my favorite. Nice clean taste, but nice fruit. The carbonation is really good, and there's no unpleasant flavors. Yeah, it's really
Pretty
nice.
good. Yeah.
So I'll put this one a little further forward. I like that. It's got a little zip, little acidity too in the fruit, which makes it taste nice and fresh.
Yeah. 3, I think, has less acidity, which makes it less desirable. I think than 2. I mean, it's okay, but I mean,
Yeah.
I think of the 2, I would prefer 2.
I think I made my
Just because
stand.
it's more interesting.
I'm sorry about that.
Okay.
Technical difficulties here.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
I like that.
I think
Line
I
'em
lined.
up
I
in
think I
order.
lined up my
Very nice. I like
flavors.
that. So 3. Yeah.
I think 2 is better.
It's a little more bitter. It has a little flavors, not quite as pleasant. Sort of middle of the road for me. 5. Let me re-hit 5 here. I might like 5 a little more than 3, actually.
I already know that number 2 is the one I like the best.
So I think we've kind of aligned our things here. We've set them out in order of preference. For me, number 2 is the standout. It is definitely my favorite. Number 4 is the negative standout as my least favorite by a long shot. And then numbers 1, 3, and 5 are... I'm having a hard time choosing between them, so I'm going to put them in the middle.
Okay.
They're all acceptable.
Oh yeah, if we were at a party and this was served, I didn't have to pay for it.
You say that.
There we go.
You say that to literally every single thing we drink in every video.
Yes, we have not.
If you invite Roger to a party, just buy the cheapest thing you can find because he will be happy drinking it.
Well, that's
mean,
actually not true. I
par for the
didn't
course.
like the pickle beer.
Well,
But
that
that
also
probably
wouldn't
wasn't
be the
the
cheapest
cheapest
thing.
thing.
Okay.
You gotta pay
Right,
for
you had
beer
to
that
pay for
bad.
that,
You
yeah.
gotta pay extra for beer that bad. Anyway,
Well,
All right,
Matt.
there we go. Okay.
So I'd agree. 4 is my least favorite.
Yeah.
2 and 3 I don't care for. they're really way too fruity to me. I really liked 5. I thought it was nice and bitter for me, with a little bit of fruit. And I don't know, I didn't think I was gonna like 1 compared to the rest, but then the rest got so bad. I really, I actually really liked 1. I thought it was just a little bit more bitter than 5, and in this case, I kind of liked that. I didn't think I was gonna like that. I would say 1 and 5, I believe, those are probably La Marca and Ferrero Rocher, what's his name?
Rufino?
Rufino, that's it.
So you think?
But I don't, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
All right.
For me,
Yes.
I'll tell you the numbers in order of preference.
Okay.
Starting with the most preferred, it'd be 2,
Okay.
Yeah.
then 3, then 4, then 5, then 1.
1 is your least favorite.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So we have no consensus whatsoever.
Except for that, well, no.
Well,
Well, you and I agreed that 4 was terrible.
You know, funny enough, I went back to 4 and I tasted it again,
Didn't taste so terrible.
Didn't you? But you and Dad both like 2.
and it doesn't taste so terrible. All right, let's find out what was in these glasses.
Okay.
okay.
What do we got here?
Glass number 1
Yes.
was Rufino.
Rufino.
I knew it was one of them.
Nice. Number 1, Rufino.
Right,
So
Rufino.
that was one I thought was
Rufino.
good. I thought
That
it was
was-
good.
Yo.
Yeah,
I
you
thought it was
all,
a little on the watery side to me.
Yeah, a little bit.
yeah,
we
you
all
liked
liked
that
it.
the least, but Craig liked that his second. So
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
So wine number 2 was W.
No way.
The winemakers. This is the one we preferred.
W wine.
Oh my
Well,
god.
y'all preferred,
This
not
is-
me, but y'all preferred.
This is our typical style with blind tasting.
Well, now you know. You just got to buy the cheap bottle, and you'll be happy.
Well, you know.
if you're going to Walmart and you see winemakers Prosecco,
It ain't that bad.
not too bad.
Yeah,
It's a
both
pretty
of you
good
liked
deal.
it the best.
I'm tasting it again and it still tastes good.
It tastes good,
So
yeah.
that's why we blind taste, folks. That's why we
That's
blind
right.
taste.
Okay, so number 3
Yeah, number
was
3.
Josh.
Okay, I
Okay,
thought
I
it was
like that
good. I thought it was solid.
If you couldn't see that on camera, Dad just hit over like 2 to 3 glasses of Prosecco that just went all the way over the table onto the floor. And he right straight at Ellen.
And the glass did not break.
The glasses did not break, but she
So
did
that's-
get a little
I got
splash.
a little splash.
The only thing I can say is,
Splash zone over here.
That is the Prosecco Shamu, where they have the like splash
Prosecco
zone,
shampoo.
the splash zone.
Oh. Prosecco shampoo. Set him free.
maybe you want to put that over there so I don't knock over another glass.
Yes, let me allow my delicate, dexterous hands to move this over. Okay, number 3 was solid.
Yeah.
Here we go. What do we got for number 4?
Number 4 was the Voldemort.
Voldemort. Oh, okay.
Voldemort.
Andale. He kept saying andale.
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 This one from Aldi definitely ranked
Sucks.
Yeah, you didn't.
As-
Neither of you liked that, and you put it like in the middle.
Yeah, it's really not great.
It's not one to go for. You could do better.
And so then number 5 was the La Marca.
La Marca. La Marca was
did I
solid.
not say 1 and 5? They were probably
You
La Marca
did.
and
You and
Rufino.
Is that what you said?
That's
That is
what I
he
said.
I wrote it down.
Brett, you freaking nailed it.
I did. I knew it.
Wow.
I've had them a lot, so.
Well, guys, what can we say in conclusion to this?
Takeaways.
Takeaways are you can get Rufino, who's pretty awesome, or for a cheaper price, you can get W, which is, they think it's just as good. I didn't think it was that great. But, and then the others you can just skip.
Oh,
I
that's-
don't know.
I
For
don't
me,
know.
the takeaways are Prosecco is Prosecco, kind of. Like, it was
and-
really hard for me to differentiate and pick favorites.
Well, what I can say is that the Proseccos all are reasonably close, and even the price is reasonably close. So you can probably pick up any one you want to, and you'll like it.
I just keep laughing about Prosecco Shamu. I can't stop laughing.
I'm sorry, I'm crying now. Okay.
Any other takeaways, guys?
Josh, just like the name is very bland.
No Josh. Huh? Anyway, I think any of them would be fine. Some are better than others to our taste, but we didn't agree, so
No.
it varies.
Yeah.
And even the less expensive one, we liked, I think, best. So I think you're safe if you see something that says Prosecco on it, and it says made in Italy, not Prosecco that was made in Lithuania, which means it was counterfeited. But if you see something that says that, I think you really can't go wrong with it, and it'll be a nice addition to your celebration.
Yeah, there we go. It's a good takeaway.
Anyway,
Yeah.
until next time,
Yes. Cheers.
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 I'm Craig.
I'm Roger.
And I'm your savior, Brett.
I'm Roger.
And this
And I'm Brett.
I'm Roger. I'm Roger.
And I'm Brett.
Good. So.
Valdobbiadene. Okay.
Got it.